everybody. I am Miss Caitlin. I work at the Harrison branch of the Public Library of Cincinnati and Hamilton County. And obviously, I haven't done story time in a while, but I'm so happy to see you all tonight. Tonight, I chose some of my favorite books that have some really amazing art. So I'm going to do my best to show you the pictures. It's kind of weird digitally. I know you could see a little better if you could get real close in person, but I'm going to do my best to show you the pictures because these artists have just done a beautiful job. All right. But before we get to that, I have to start my story time the same way I always do out at the Harrison branch. Normally we would do a lot of jumping up and down and reaching way up high and touching our toes and turning around, but that's gonna look really weird on a video. So I'm just going to get into our little Wiggles rhyme, all right? So can I see your hands? All right, we know where those hands are. What about, where do you wear your socks? Where do you wear your socks? In your ears? No, we wear our socks on our feet, right? They go inside our shoes. What about, where do you wear your shirt? On your bottom? No, we wear our shirt on our chest. We pull it over our head. We stick our arms through. My shirt has a rainbow on it. It's a rainbow that says, read more. All right. What about your hat? Where do you wear a hat? I wear my hat outside. No, where on your body do you wear your hat? Right here on your head. It would cover up my crazy hair, wouldn't it? Yeah, you wear a hat right up here on our head. And last but not least, where do you wear glasses? Not everybody wears glasses, do they? Some people wear glasses to see. Some people wear sunglasses to help them see in the bright sun, right? Do we wear sunglasses on our mouth? No. What about on our toes with our socks? No, we wear our sunglasses on our eyes. So, can I see those hands? And can I see those glasses? We're going to do Grandma's glasses. Ready? Here are Grandma's glasses. Here is Grandma's hat. The way she folds her hands and puts them in her lap. Here are Grandpa's glasses. Here is Grandpa's hat. This is the way he folds his arms, just that. Excellent, my friends. Wonderful. Do your grandmas and grandpas do that? Do they wear glasses and hats? My grandma and grandpa wore glasses more often than hats, I think. Yeah. All right. Are we ready to jump into our first book? Our first book is called After the Fall by Dan Santat. This is one of my favorite stories written by one of my favorite authors. All right, and this story is about this guy. All right, he's an egg person. Have you ever met an egg person? No. And it looks like he's sitting on top of a wall. Do we know any eggs sitting on top of walls? Oh! This story is about Humpty Dumpty. Do you know the rhyme of Humpty Dumpty? It goes, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. What happens when an egg falls? Uh-oh. You're right. It cracks. It breaks. It shatters. Ooh, and then the egg goes everywhere. Gross. Let's see. He sat on a wall. He had a great fall. Does anybody help him? Oh, yeah. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Uh-oh. That's kind of sad, isn't it? First, why would you let a horse try to put anybody together? They have hooves. I can't imagine they would make good doctors. Let's see what this story's all about. This is After the Fall, written and illustrated by Caldecott Medal winner Dan Santat. This is how Humpty Dumpty got back up again. All right. So our end papers start our art, right? So you see this place. Is that a farm? No. Are we on the moon out in space? No. We're in a city, right? There are a lot of houses pretty close together. And in this particular city, around the outside, there's a wall. Oh my goodness. And look, you can see itty bitty Humpty Dumpty sitting on top of his wall. After the fall. Whoa! My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know, it's an odd place for an egg to be. But I loved being so close to the birds. Then one day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. Can you tell where he's leaving? Where do people go to get fixed, to get put back together? Yeah, the hospital, right? So this story is a little different than the rhyme, isn't it? They managed to put me back together. Well, most of me. What do you see in that picture? We see Humpty Dumpty, and it kind of looks like he's sleeping. He's wrapped in a blanket. Is he in his bed? No. His bed's up here with all of his pictures of the birds that he loves. But why isn't he sleeping in his bed? There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. Do you know what it means to be afraid of heights? Ooh. People who are afraid of heights are afraid of going up high. So do you think Humpty Dumpty wants to sit on that wall anymore? What about his bunk bed? Do you think he wants to get up there? I don't think so. How about here? I think he's maybe in the grocery store. Can you tell what he's shopping for? Ooh, cereal. Oh yeah, up here we've got yummy ones like Fruit Hoops and Sugar Bunny and Rainbow Bites and Choco Duck. And then down in the next one we have Honey Bear and Happy O's and Berry Bites and Pirate Crunch. Those still sound pretty good. But as we get down lower, they don't look as interesting, do they? Like over here we have Rice Cracklers and Granola Harvest, Sad Clown, Chicken Feed. That's not a cereal. And down here at the bottom, we have cardboard, leaves, flax. Oh, I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. So he was so afraid of heights He didn't want to get up high to get the good stuff. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really miss the birds and being high above the city. Oh, but I could never do it because I knew accidents can happen. Oh, that's an interesting picture. Instead of looking down at Humpty Dumpty like the last one, we have Humpty Dumpty looking up. Can you see the power lines and the top of the buildings? I eventually settled for watching birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. And then one day, an idea flew by. Have you ever seen an idea fly by? No? Can you tell what it is? Do you see it? It's a paper airplane! Cool. Have you ever made a paper airplane? They're really easy to make. You can just try folding a paper a bunch of ways and seeing what works, right? Well, making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. But day after day, I kept trying. And trying. Until I got it just right. Wait, what is that? A paper airplane? That doesn't look like any paper airplane I've ever seen. Wow, he must have practiced a lot. His paper airplane looks just like a rhinoceros. No, not a rhinoceros. It looks like a bird. And Humpty Dumpty loves his birds. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. How does Humpty Dumpty look? He was so happy to have his bird paper plane. But now he looks really scared, or maybe surprised. Uh-oh. He wasn't on top of the wall. What accident could happen? Oh no. Where did his paper plane fly? It went over the wall. I knew accidents could happen. They always do. And you see Humpty looking way up at his plane. Oh no. I almost walked away again. But then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I missed. What do you think he should do? Should he stay scared? He did get hurt. Nope. I decided I was going to climb that wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time, until I was no longer afraid. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Oh no. What's happening? Did he crack again anyway? What's that poking out? Hopefully, you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. What's that egg doing? What can eggs do? Does he look scared? No, he looks really happy. Let's see. We can crack eggs to make breakfast or lunch maybe, or we can make a cake with some eggs. What else do eggs do? Does anything else come from eggs? Turtles? Dinosaurs? Oh my goodness. Maybe things with feathers? Hopefully, you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. And learned how to fly. Wow. What happened? He hatched. Oh my goodness! Look at all those pieces of eggshell. He lost his pants. And here is that city again later in the day. And we see one last happy flying bird. And that is the end. I also particularly love that Dan Santat chooses some silly pictures for his author pictures. So for this one, he chose a picture of him as an egg. Right? Are people eggs? No. When people are little, they're babies, right? So that's Dan Santat as a little person. And that is the end. I hope you really liked my first art book. Again, that's After the Fall by Dan Santat. If you're just tuning in, I am the children's librarian from the Harrison branch of the Public Library of Cincinnati and Hamilton County. And tonight, I'm sharing some books with you that have some of my favorite art. Because art is really important in picture books, and kids learning how to read pictures, that's really important, right? That picture and pictorial literacy, that's really important. It's a big part of the story. Graphic novels are really great practice because your brain is doing two things at once. It's got the words and the pictures to tell different parts of the story. Oh, picture books are important. Before we get on to our next book, I'm going to do one of my all-time favorite songs. I do this one every time I go to an elementary school and visit, all right? Now, grown-ups, this is a really silly one. So if you want to be super cool, you should probably do it with us. All right. This is called Icky, Sticky, Bubblegum. For this song, I'm going to tap on my lap and just keep the beat. You can clap if you like. Doesn't matter to me. Heck, you can pat your arms, you can pat your shoulders, you can pat your head, however you want to do it. But whenever I do it, I pat my legs because I like that little bounce that it gives. All right. So we're going to pat our legs and we're going to get stuck. Now, first, can you take your bubblegum out of your pocket? Take off the wrapper, stick it in your mouth, and chew. Perfect. Are you ready to blow a big bubble? Let's give it a try. Ready? And pop! Oh my goodness. What would happen if you popped a bubblegum bubble with your hands? Ooh, you would get stuck. Are we ready to get stuck? Let's do it. Ready? Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum, bubble gum, bubble gum. Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum. Sticking our hands together. You stick your hands together. Oh no, this bubble gum is really strong. Let's try pulling them apart. Ready? Oh my goodness, that was really tough. You guys must be strong. Are you ready to get stuck again? Let's give it a try. Ready? Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum, bubble gum, bubble gum. Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum, sticking our hands to our elbows. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's like a bubble gum hug. Oh my goodness, that feels so good. All right, are you ready to unstick? Let's do it. Ready? Oh, that was tough too. All right, let's get stuck again. Ready? Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum, bubble gum, bubble gum. Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum, sticking our hands to our hair. Oh no. What would happen if you got gum stuck in your hair? Uh-oh. I bet you'd get in trouble. Luckily, our gum is pretend. Whew. All right, let's get that gum out of our hair. Ready? Let's unstick. Ooh, did anybody else get crazy hair? Oh, that happens every time. All right, now, from here until the end, we're gonna stay stuck. Are you ready? Let's do it. Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum, bubble gum, bubble gum. Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum, sticking our hands to our face. Oh my goodness, you look so surprised. All right, we're gonna stay stuck, so keep those paws on your face. Let's give it a try. Ready? Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum, bubble gum, bubble gum. Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum, sticking our fingers to our nose. Oh my goodness. You guys look so silly. Oh, let's keep going. Ready? Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum, bubble gum, bubble gum. Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum, sticking our eyes shut. Oh, good. Thank goodness. Let's keep going. Ready? Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum, bubble gum, bubble gum. Icky, sticky, sticky, bubble gum, sticking our teeth together. Uh-oh. I don't think we could get any more stuck. Are you ready to unstick on the count of 3? You ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. All right, I like to wipe all of that bubble gum off of my face. Woo! All right, and what do you do with bubble gum that you're done chewing? You leave it on the floor? Feed it to the dog? No! We wrap it in a piece of paper and throw it in the garbage can. You got it. You guys are smart. All right, that is one of my favorites, Icky Sticky Bubblegum. If you're just jumping on, I'm Miss Caitlin. I am the children's librarian at the Harrison branch of the Public Library of Cincinnati and Hamilton County. And tonight I'm sharing some of my favorite books with my favorite art in them. And my next one, ooh, you're in for a treat. My next book is called The Stuff of Stars. This is written by Marion Dane Bauer, and it's illustrated by Icky Holmes. All right. Now, Icky Holmes, I believe she makes a lot of collage illustrations. She likes to use cut paper. And in this one, she uses marbled paper to make her pictures. All right. So there was a person named Carl Sagan who said, we are all made of star stuff. All right. Because once something is in the world, it can't totally go away. It gets made into something else, right? So all of those stars up in the sky, we could be related. It's a little bit complicated, but I think this book of poems about how the world came to be, oh, I think it's so beautiful. And Icky Holmes' art style is so cool. All right. So this is The Stuff of Stars by Marion Dane Bauer and Icky Holmes. All right. So we see those first marbly end papers. What do you think? Do you really see anything going on? I don't see anything hidden. It's just kind of swirly, purpley, bluey. Nothing. It's pretty, but nothing. The stuff of stars. Ooh, we've got some nice alliteration in there. We've got the two S sounds. Stuff of stars. All right, we get started. In the dark, in the dark, in the deep, deep dark, a speck floated, invisible as thought, weighty as God. There was yet no time, there was yet no space, no up, no down, no edge, and no center. No earth with soaring hawks, scuttling beetles, trees reaching for the sky. There was no sky, no you, no me, only the speck, waiting, waiting. Wait, it says there's only the speck, but I think I can see something else. Can you? It's easy to think that there's nothing there, but maybe something is over here. And then the beginning of all beginnings went bang! What do you think? Does that page look like it goes bang? Oh, I think it does. Look at all that stuff exploding in the middle. And in a trillionth of a second, our universe was born. A cloud of gas unfolded, unfurled, zigzagged, stretched, collided, expanded, expanded, expanded. Bits bumped, gathered, and fused. And throughout the cosmos, stars caught fire. Trillions of stars, but still no planets to attend those stars. And if no planets, then no oceans, no mountains, no hippopotami, no violets blooming in a shady wood, no crickets singing to the night, no day, no night. The stars burned and burned. They burned so long and so hot that some of them exploded, flinging stardust everywhere. And the ash of those dying stars gathered into planets, and the planets circled other stars. But still, no bluebirds, no butterflies, still no snails, no giraffes, still no you, no me. Do we see anything else yet? Those swirls do remind me of something. The planets closest to their star stayed very hot. The ones far away grew very cold. But one lucky planet, a fragile blue ball we call Earth, was neither too far or too near. It circled its yellow star, the one we call the sun. From just the right distance and with just the right tilt to be sometimes warm, sometimes cool. Perfect for turning that starry stuff into mitochondria, jellyfish, spiders, into ferns and sharks, into daisies and galloping horses. Again and again, stardust gave birth to stardust. Whoa. How did she create horses out of those marbles? That marbled paper. Ooh. Dinosaurs lived and died, making room for humans. Our great-great-great-grandparents and all before them lived and died, making room for more and more children. Then one day, in the dark, in the deep, deep dark, another speck floated, invisible as dreams, special as love. Waiting, dividing, changing, growing, until at last, you burst into the world. You took a big breath of the same air once breathed by woolly mammoths. Oh my goodness, let's try that. Can we take a deep breath? Did you taste any woolly mammoths? I don't think I did. You cried tears that were once salty seas. Your hair was once the carbon in a leaf. You and the velvet moss, the caterpillars, the lions, you and the singing whales, the larks and the frogs. You and me, loving you, all of us, the stuff of stars. And that is the end. Oh, thank you so much for listening to me, my friends. Those are two of my favorite books with some of my favorite beautiful art. Have you made any beautiful art lately? Have you tried something that you don't normally do? Have you marbled any paper? That one's a tough one, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe you could try it though. Or maybe you could try some collage art. Maybe you could cut up some magazines with grown-ups' permission. I know. Try to make some interesting art yourselves. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in to listen to me tonight. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope you have a good night. Thank you. Bye.